welcome to All Around Health Talk. Well, today we have two guests. We have Andres and we have Poshana. They're going to be joining us in our video today. Today we're continuing with how to save a life topic, the series we've been doing for a while now. So today we're going to be working with infants, right? When we talk about infants, we're talking about kids less than a year old, right? So sometimes at home you could be feeding your baby or even breastfeeding and they might end up choking. Now you might not have enough time to call ambulance, emergency number, get to a doctor.
Waiting and all that.
Yeah, and especially if you're in Nigeria, like 911 doesn't work that fast, if it works though. So you would have to try to save your baby's life before you can get to the hospital. So today we're going to be showing you exactly what to do if your baby starts choking to save your baby's life before a medical help gets to you, right? So today we're going to be working with Andres and Poshana. We're going to be using Poshana for the practical aspect, and we're going to be using Andres to explain the anatomy. Okay, and disclaimer. Please, there are so many sutures on Andres. I'm sorry, just as medical doctor, we suture everything, right? So don't pay attention to the stitches all over Andres. Plus, he's a pirate, so he has this patch here. So yeah, let's get to it. Number one, if your baby is choking, you want to open the mouth and check if you can see what is stuck in there, right? It could be maybe small solid foods, or it could just be anything, right? You want to open the mouth and check if it's visible. If it's visible, you use your pinky and you bring it out. If it's visible, right? Visible being the key word. Now, if it's not visible, don't try to be smart. Don't try to do, don't do a blind sweep. Just move to the next stage, which is going to be giving them the back slaps and giving them the chest thrust. Now, if the baby is coughing, right, you stimulate them to cough, you help them to cough and bring it out. When the baby gets silent, becomes blue, you move straight to the chest thrust and the palm behind on the back of the baby. So now we're going to show you what to do. Now, for you to give the chest thrust, you have to be quick and try to look for an imaginary line between the nipples, right? So you're going to quickly draw an imaginary line. Let's assume that Andre has nipples here, right? We can't see them, but they're somewhere here. So we're going to draw an imaginary line between the nipples, and the middle line is where we're going to use our two fingers to give the chest thrust, right? Your index and your middle finger giving the chest thrust. And then behind, you're going to have to give the palm at the back of the baby, the back slaps with the palm of your hand, the edge of the palm of your hand towards the front to help you or help the baby bring out whatever is stuck in there. Now, Celestina is going to be showing us with Poshana exactly what we should do.
So Poshana is tinier and it's easy to actually carry her and move her around when we're going to do this process. Now remember that first of all, in order for you to turn your baby over, you have to be careful not to squish your baby's face, because this can actually make it much more difficult for the baby to breathe, if at all the baby is breathing. What you have to do is make your thumb and your index finger in form of a C, a curved C, and then put this over the jaw of your baby, right? And then you turn your baby backwards and downwards. Make sure that the baby's head is a little bit diagonal, right? In this case, we're actually using gravity to our advantage. You can support your hand on your thigh, right? So that when you give your baby the back slap, your hand doesn't move down, because when your hand is moving while giving the back slaps would not be effective, because this is actually reducing the effectiveness of this. So you put your hand on your thigh in order to support yourself, and then you bend your baby, supporting the jaw a little bit diagonally with the head towards the ground, and then you give the back slaps. You have to give 5 back slaps. Now remember, when you're giving the back slaps, we do not want to give the back slaps horizontally. You're supposed to give the back slaps towards the head, like you're pushing towards the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the head with the edge of your wrist, right, or the edge of your hand. Now after you finish giving 5 back slaps, you turn the baby around, right, supporting the hand on your thighs, and then remember the imaginary line she told you to draw between the nipples. You have to do it very quickly with your eyes, right, and then with 2 fingers you put your fingers just below that line, and then you give 5 chest thrusts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right. Remember, we are using gravity to our advantage, right, and then you keep doing this. Now you continue another 5 back slaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you do this for 5 cycles. Now you have to continue doing this until the baby becomes responsive and the object comes out, or the baby becomes unresponsive and goes limp and maybe starts turning blue. In that situation, you would have to call 911, right, or your the emergency medical service of your particular country. Now when the baby goes unresponsive, you would have to begin CPR for infants below 1 year old. So in this case, you have to check out our next video on CPR for infants in order to know exactly how to apply CPR in order to revive your infants below 1 year old, right?
So quickly, we're just going to show you the process again from top to bottom, how you should do it. So we're going to start, we do everything with Poshana, from how we check the mouth to remove the object if it's visible, and how we do the chest thrust.
So first, if your baby is coughing, right, stimulate them to keep coughing, right, because coughing is the defense mechanism that the body has in order to clear the airway of the object that is blocking it, right. So if they are coughing, you stimulate them to cough, right. But if your baby is not coughing or is silent and is starting to turn blue, what you have to do is open the mouth immediately and check to see if you can see the object. If the object is visible, using your pinky, you remove it, right? But if the object is not visible, please and please do not stick your finger in there trying to look for the object, because you run the risk of pushing the object further down the airway, thereby making the situation worse. If you do not see the object, do not panic. Quickly, with your thumb and index finger, put it on the jaw, you turn the baby down immediately, and you give the back slaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you turn the baby over, supporting your arm with your thighs, of course. You put your hand in the imaginary lip line at the middle, and then you give 5 chest thrusts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you turn over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you turn over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you keep doing this. If the object comes out before you finish 5 cycles of back slaps and chest thrusts, then you can remove the object immediately, and then your baby will be fine, because the baby will usually start crying or breathing or, I don't know, gurgling or something. So, but if the baby becomes unresponsive or the object doesn't come out and you finish 5 cycles, then you have to call 911, and then you begin CPR. That is in the case if the baby becomes unresponsive, the baby goes limp, or the baby starts having a general bluish coloration around the skin, right? Then you would have to do CPR in this case, and activate your emergency medical service by calling 911 or the emergency number of your particular country, right? So that's so do not forget to check out our next video on how to apply CPR on an infant below 1 year, which is from 0 to 12 months, right? So this is all we have for you guys for how to save a choking infant below a year. Please do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, comment, share, so everyone who knows, you just might help a friend save their baby, and you just might be able to save your baby, who knows. So please share to others, and don't forget to leave us a comment if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions that you of any videos or any topic you want us to talk about. We are very much ready to help you out to make those videos. So yeah, see you in the next one.
Bye.